going to pick Ao Kuang. Mr. Ao Kuang himself. And we are going to switch it up to the Mr. I guess my style of Ao Kuang being Tank Ao Kuang, which was my original fucking Ao Kuang before it became meta that one time. So, before anything else, let's go through his abilities really quick. And we have Komi-san, by the way. Special shoutouts to Komi-san for playing with us in this game. But nevertheless, we have Ao Kuang. His passive is basically like old gladiator shield, where if you have 3 stacks on, well, your passive has 3 max stacks, and you generate 1 every 10 seconds. And then when you hit an enemy god, with an ability, so the 1, the 2, the 3, you gain, you heal, and you have 2 seconds on your cooldown that you use to proc it. Now his second ability, it's just a dash, but you're invisible. The stealth is just 5 seconds, and you can proc it early by just hitting the 1 again. Or if you're on console, you hit, I think, what was it, the A? I can't remember. It's your first ability. Your second ability, if you auto-attack an enemy god while having the second ability, the dragons that surround you will proc on them, slowing them down and dealing bonus basic attack damage. Or you can just shoot them far away. Either way, basic attack damage to a long range ability based damage, they will still be slowed. It does matter on the number of dragons though, so you gotta keep that into account. Your 3 is just a small little cone. However, the 3 does proc your dragons too, so it does proc a slow, basically. And then your ultimate is an XQ to a knockup. So think of a Kumba knockup. If they're not on execute range, you can just throw them up in the air and you can set up your team. If they're on execute range, you take them up into the air and you heal a percentage of amount of HP, depending on level, of course. And then you can land down. Like, it becomes like a half global ult like Thor. You're kind of stationary, but you have a lot of room to land down on. That being said, I saw someone just say something in the comments. I see you, Michael of Paradise. I'm not gonna ignore you, buddy. So, do you have any tips for new duel players? I'm so used to Conquest and it's not working. For me at all, I've lost like 400 MMR. For duel, it's pressure. You have to establish pressure. You can't play for a late game, and if you do play for a late game, you have to be very experienced at it. Because if you're playing for a late game, you have to know that you're sacrificing early and mid. There they are. So what I do, I mean, I know Nike seems like an odd pick for duel, but Nike does a lot of early game pressure. On her does a lot of early game pressure. You have a lot of gods that just do a lot of early game pressure. Which, 1, you have to snowball really effectively, and 2, you have to just, well, make sure you don't die. Alright. Back to the game. They got that. So I'll just stand around you. Ooh. So to play Ao Kuang Bruiser, or I guess my Ao Kuang, is you be a fucking bully. You be an absolute bully to these guys. You have to keep an eye on your 1 though. But you do have bully potential. Shard. Okay. So we have 1 passive proc. No! Call me! She's going to dash aggressively? She's not going to dash aggressively. Alright. What is Snowball? Snowball is basically what I'm doing right now. Once you get 1 kill, you snowball it. Which means you don't press break. And when you do press break, it's when you're extremely low health and if you dive in onto the enemy. I mean, what we can do, Jay, is I can show you, like, me and you can play together one game, and I can show you a snowball game that I can do. Because for me, I don't play. I mean, I can play hunters, but I don't play like really passive. I can play just super aggressive. In fact, Dree, can you explain to Michael Paradise Snowball? Because I can do it in game. I can show him like in game context, but it's kind of hard. I mean, basically it's just you don't let go of the brake unless you're braking to just go back to base. That's just how snowballing is. It's what I do on a lot of my gods. That's why I love playing frontline. Is you can snowball on frontline really effectively. Like right now, I'm providing pressure in terms of just poking them out, but it's for a greater goal. My goal is to stack up. There we go. Like, once you see, like, I'm not online yet, but I'm still aggressing like no tomorrow. And then once you see me, like, push on the pedal, you can tell what snowballing is. Snowballing also means that you control all the buff camps and you won't let go any pressure. That's snowballing. Once you get pressure, you snowball it to make sure your enemy barely gets anything in return. Their blue buff, well, that blue buff is not yours. Basically like that. Oh, I don't have any mana. Let's go back into our build. So I'm doing Prophetic Cloak because Ao Kuang, he's not that good really. He's good against a comp that doesn't have a god with beats. So what you want to do is just primarily focus the gods. Say if Shaq didn't have beats, you primarily focus him until he learns to get either beats or... Well, if he doesn't get beats, then you just focus him all game, because you can make that into a 2v3 all game. Oh. Big fight happening right now. Nope. Nope. She's going to jump in. We have gladiators ready. Shaq is unfortunately nowhere. That's Tiamat. We have one stack. Okay, we can't do anything. We're just going to get a Prophetic Cloak stack and we'll be on our way. Once we get Breastplate, that'll be different. So what we can do... Once we get Breastplate of Valor... Well, like, what's killing us right now is mana. But once you get Breastplate, you get mana and cooldown, which primarily is just what you really want. So Shaq should have beads up. When you're playing Ao Kuang, you have to have like a really big beads counter, and if you're really experienced with Ao Kuang, you have to be very patient with this god. You have to just be near them while they're in execute range to scare them out of their beads. And once you can do that, you can just wait out like one more second and you got their kill by executing them. I mean, right now we have 12 stacks on Prophetic Cloak, which is supposed to be late game. So we're doing pretty good. Okay. Just keep up the pressure. Don't let her get anywhere near you guys. There's the beats. And we got the kill. No, we do not get the kill. Ah! Someone else got the kill. But that's what you have to do. You have to play like that. Because if not, then you just simply die. You can just hit them with the ult. Because if someone beats Ao Kuang's ult, he does still get the healing. But you won't get the safe like getaway. And unfortunately, Tower just did way too much damage there. Let's see. Snowballing is when you get a lead and keep building off of that lead. Like you get a kill and then you're ahead so you can pressure out their buffs and increase your lead. Yeah, basically like that. Let's see. We have 16 stacks, 4 on magical, 12 on physical. Once we hit max physical, we're going to keep focusing Tiamat. Because right now, we just need 10 more stacks for Tiamat and we're good. And then we will start to snowball even more. Oh, juke. Okay, nice. Was that beads? Did I hear beads? No, he didn't beads. There we go. We're not gonna win that fight, so let's just be patient. Are you queuing with Michael? You should snipe me. Are you queuing Westies, Michael? Oh, sorry, I misread that. My deepest apologies. If mana is an issue for you though, you can always go for a mystical earring. Mystical earring really helps you out early game. I just learned to kind of not go for mystical earring, so I can save up the gold, even though the gold's not really that big. I just like to, my first item's always kind of been prophetic on aggressive gods. If I'm playing as a passive god, I usually go for Gauntlet of Thieves. There we go. Just keep hitting her, and we're gonna have our passive, or we're gonna have our prophetic up in no time. And that's what we keep doing too. We keep hitting her so we can have it up. And then we can just hit Shaq if he's low, and we can bait the beads too. Yeah, we have 8. We don't need that many. We need 7. So our focus isn't really on Almas and Cab, it says Tiamat. Not yet. I know Shaq got a Relic Dagger. I think it's for Set and me, but I'm not really like aiming for that. We got her. That's all we want, is to just hit her. Wasn't trying to hit anything because I see Tiamat just kind of walking forward. Woo! I thought she would ult first. I thought she would ult first. Maybe she was trying to bait my ult. Interesting. This is a fun game, actually. Yeah, she immediately backed off, though. Almost in Cab is dead. Nice. On my way. Ah. Tiamat! I can still hit you with that ability. The slows are starting to become really effective. Though his damage is starting to become really mediocre. Okay, we got the heal. We got Shaq speeds. End of the trade. So now what we'll do is we'll go into an Onis. We'll have damage mitigations throughout these fights. And we're gonna Onk. That way, if Tiamat heals in her passive stance, which by killing minions, she gets punished. Because Onk will proc on that. And primarily Shaq, which I think we have, yeah, we have a divine. Onis will just be the way to go. Is this the tips video? Yes, it is. Felicitations and salutations. Not taking really too much damage from all this burst that they're trying to throw out on us. Gotcha. Oh well. I did it with that jump anyway. I really just wanted the prophetic. Oh. Is that a kill? That's a kill. So we need one more stack and we're good. So let's just go into an Onis. And what we can do is we're absorbing a lot of damage to where it's like not that big of a deal. So we can go for two things. Oh, Merlin? Aww. That's too bad. So we can do two things. We can go for more defense, so like a Spirit's Robe to counteract all Shaq's like crowd control. Or we can go for Winged Blade. Winged Blade is also pretty good against Shaq's Rain, but he's going to be honest like 24/7. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, well, we got Onis. So once we got Onis, we'll be okay. So we can either go for Divine or we can go for defense. Which Divine against Shaq, that might be just kind of the way to go, because I'm not gaining too much threat from these backliners. So what we'll do is if we can just blink. We haven't really blinked at all this game. We can blink 3 and we can get Tiamat. No Shoguns? No. Damage check? 33%. Because when you're going for when you're doing tank Ao Kuang, you're more focusing on abilities than you are on auto attacks. Because auto attacks, you could do that, but you have to do a different assortment of build, which requires a little bit more patience as well. When you're doing ability base, however, no! Ah, again! Ah, that sucks. Again, that happens. I thought she didn't want to use her beads. That's a smart play. Don't pre-beads. If you pre-beads, that just gives me a way to that just gives me leeway to get you. Because what I'm trying to do is wait out their relics. I don't want to ult them while they still have relics. Can't afford anything. So what we'll do here, we can go for Divine. Divine will just help us carry out in damage, and that will also help us anti-heal the fuck out of the Shaq. Even though he's not really our target, it still will help out the team in case it becomes a 1v1 with Shaq. There we go. Because Tiamat right now, she's the one that's really killing us. I mean, there's Shaq, but we can just wait Shaq out with my ult. And we don't need to really hit Tiamat anymore since we have a full prophetic. Which, if you're wondering about the protections, there they are. We basically almost have... No, I think we do have a stack. Yeah. I think we do have a stack of 7.5 mitigations. And then Onis will carry out on the rest of them. Damage check. I'm getting hit by, I think, almost all three of them, and it's not doing too much to me. There's Shaq. Shaq gets his healing. Oh. Okay, that's an issue. Nope. And with that small little kill, guess what we can buy? So your 2, just throw it out or use a... So you can use it to throw it out, but in this case, it's kind of worthless to do it since Shaq's going to just really anti-slow you a lot. So what I'm doing is I'm just throwing it out. Nice. Is that a kill onto Tiamat too? Oh, she has her knockup. Nice. And since Shaq's dead, we can either play Distraction on Amazon Cab and Tiamat, or we can regroup up and focus Shaq since he has no beads. Nope. Just like that. We're gonna wait it out. And there you go. That's just, you know, that's before Sundering Axe becomes a thing too. I mean, we would get Horrific too, but I feel like Ankh would be better. And just for those who are wondering, you can still kill Amazon Camp there without a Divine, by the way. I went Divine just for Shaq. I didn't went Divine just thinking, oh man, I need damage. I went Divine just for Shaq. That was just it. It was just for the Shaq play. So once we get Sundering Axe, you're looking at healing through an item and a passive. We can kill Amazon Cap 2 with a Blink, by the way. Blink Fire with my 1, 2, and 3. So what we're doing is we're waiting for Joust, or not Joust, oh my god, Bull Demon King. They're waiting for items. Well, Amazon Cap is full. Which is funny, because he couldn't kill me. Proc, proc. Proc, and buy. 252. They don't do too much to me. Once I'm on one, they can't do too much. I mean, I killed Almas and Cab when he was under the Phoenix as well. And I can just regenerate really fast as well. We're gonna just kill you. We get the heal, and we play Distract. Because it's not like Shaq's gonna kill us at all. In fact, we can probably kill Shaq here. There you go. Fire damage, baby. Fire damage. That's what was gonna happen to Almas and Cab right there too, but he played back. Okay, that might be just game, but I mean this is a full build. You got your Sundering Axe, you got with max Onis and your Prophetic, which is 289, 197. You have 7.5 protect damage mitigations from Prophetic. And then on top of that, you have Onis giving you about 12% max around 3 ally god or 3 enemy gods, sorry. And on top of that, like double on top by the way, your 3's cooldown is basically like 1 second if you have 3 stacks of this. Because it takes 2 stacks away from your your ability that you landed on an enemy god. So this ability that says 3.2 seconds, that's 1.2. Nothing too big. So what you can basically do with that is you can hit them with a 3, you hit them with a 2, you hit them with another 3, and that's just a lot of burst damage. Okay. She's got beats. That's her beats down. Let's slow him down. Ow. Ooh, ah, ee. Oh. Let's heal up. Ooh, almost a cab. Okay. Well, we ended it. Yeah, that's my Ao Kuang. You know, that's the Ao Kuang. Nothing too special. Anyways, thank you everyone so much for watching.